Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's a beautiful day today. So this video is about Shinja and what price movement we do see for Shinja within the next 4 to 6 months based on the indicators we've looked at and along with sentiments and as well as catalysts that's already set in place for Shinja. We do see Shinja erasing and removing at least 5 zeros within 4 to 6 months, and we're going to show you exactly how that is possible, as well as where the best place to take profits and ride the waves up, because it's going to have correction. There's going to be up and downs, so you're never going to see straight green candles up. You're going to have expansion and contraction, and we are being conservative when we say we see Shinja removing 5 zeros. Most likely it will erase more than 5 zeros. We are just being conservative. So let's look at the 3-day chart. So what we see here is it came up to the 2800s, then it came back down, did a correction, then you had another expansion back to the 25, and you had another correction. What this formed, it formed two shoulders. Usually that's an indication of a bullish pattern, a very bullish pattern on a 3-day chart. This usually means that this formed a very strong support for the next, once it skyrockets and it comes back down, it's gonna have a correction. Let's look at this. So you're gonna see, let's change this color. So you're gonna see this pattern here, this run up right here. And once it goes to the 6 and the 7, this is where I will be taking profit. This is where I recommend taking profit. Although I am not giving any financial advice, I'm showing you information and giving you the knowledge so you make wise decisions based on your trade. Because if you can take the emotions out of trading and the fear and the doubts, it's a lot more better on, I guess, your psyche, your mental health, because fear stems from lack of knowledge. If you know what's going to happen, you can make better and wise decisions, so you are not panic selling. Because once it gets to the 6 and the 7 level, it's going to take out the 0 right here. Once the next 0 become a 6 and a 7, this is where I recommend taking a profit, because this is what's going to happen. After you see that spike, that next run up, you're going to see, excuse me, let's do this. You're going to see the next huge contraction. I mean, most people call it a crash. It is a crash, but it's all relative terms, because I look at it as opportunities for me to more than double, quadruple my bags. Because if you got out at the top here and you wait for the contraction and you got back in here, you will most likely quadruple your bags, quadruple your bags. So to get out at the top here and wait until, because it's going to come back down to around these levels, around the 2.5s, 2.7, 2.6s. So it's going to come back and test that support. So it won't go lower than 2.5s because it built that huge support here. So what you're going to see is a correction. Usually I try to be safe and get in right before it bottoms out. So so that way you're not constantly watching the chart, and it's just more stress-free investing. So and then what you're gonna wait for is, once you get back in, let's do this. once you get back in, let's erase some of these, get a better idea. And once you get back in, then you're gonna ride the next wave back up. So there's no way to predict where this next cycle is gonna go, because we have to wait for this pattern to form. We have to wait for this next leg up here. So once this next cycle has formed, then we can more precisely predict the next run up. So for instance, let's look at the 12-hour candle. Let's move the chart back up. Let's say, for instance, let's zoom in for 1 minute. Okay, let's say, for instance, if you got in early, very early, then you knew, well, most traders are missing one key aspect in trading. This is why they are not able to predict things more precisely. They're missing the universe concept of it, because everything happens in patterns and cycles. So technical analysis alone is not going to help you predict the highs and lows in the market. There's many key things that has to come together so you get the entire picture, so you're not looking at just puzzle pieces. So most traders and day traders, they see the market as in puzzle pieces. They're not able to see the entire picture. So let's say if you got in here, you wrote the first wave and you got out at the top here, and you wait for the next contraction, and you got in back here, you would have more than quadruple your bag. And what you would have done, you wait until the next run up, then you would have gotten out right here, wait for the next correction, and got in at these areas and quadruple your bags again. Then you keep doing that until until the next bear market, because this is how billionaires and millionaires are created more quickly, because they can more than double and keep doubling and quadrupling their investment as they go on. So you would have got in and ride the next wave up and got out here, and then wait for the next contraction and got back in here. So what happened, I bought around these areas, then I got out right here. I took profit here. I didn't take out the entire bags, I just took profit, and I waited. I saw the correction coming, so I got out some of my profit, then I waited until around these areas, then I got back in. And right now we are just waiting for the next run up, which should be any day now. We're gonna see this spike, this run up into, then it's gonna take out the 0, and it's gonna be in the sixes, in the 7s. That's when I will be taking out profit and wait until the next correction, because right around these areas is where you're gonna see the price correlates to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin gets around 80 to 95k, you're gonna see that huge correction. Once you get to these areas, the 6 and the 7, by that time Bitcoin will be in the close to the 80 90k range, and you're gonna start seeing a huge correction. So I would recommend taking profit right around these areas and wait for the next contraction and load and quadruple your bag around these areas. For me, I'll be getting back in on the 3s. So this is how we're able to predict the price movements and predict the market, guys. Not, for instance, let's look at one indicator and get an idea of where the price will actually go. So for instance, let's do this first. Let's delete this. So let's see if you were to get out right around these areas, around the 28 levels, you would have saved yourself about 70% loss on your money. And let's say if you did get out at the top and you waited, bought back at the bottom, and you rode the next wave back up, you would have made about 170, 180% more on your money. Not only did you triple your bag, quadruple your bag, that bag you just quadruple, triple, you've already made over 170% on that money. And guess what? You got back out here. You saw the retracement coming, and you got back out, and you just keep adding to your bags. This is how you become millionaires and billionaires very quickly, by swing trading the market and taking profits before you see the next crash or correction. So what we're going to do is, let's use the Fibonacci extension so we can get an idea of where the price will go. So we've had the correction here. So let's look. Yeah, again, we are right on the money, guys. So what we're gonna see is it's gonna hit these areas, but based on the catalyst that's already in place, it's gonna go higher than expected. So you'll see it pass above the 2.6 and get around the 3.6s, close to the 3.6s. So you'll see these spikes around these areas and right here, and then that's when you're gonna see the resistance, and then you're gonna get ready for a huge correction downside and get out and wait and buy back at the bottom. So prepare yourself, guys. We are already in the bull run. This is altcoin seasons. This is why Shinja is gonna take out at least 5 zeros. We're being conservative here, so invest without the emotions. And we are here to share knowledge, share information, because information, knowledge is very valuable. Because if you can eliminate the emotions out of investing, it's very good on your mental state. So you're not fearful, you're not doubtful about what you're trading, what you're investing in, because you know what's going to happen. So you are able to just be calm about wherever the market's moving and just maximizing your profit. So I'm gonna keep the video here, guys. For future videos, just subscribe to the channel. We'll keep updated. We'll post more videos as the market moves. We'll make some more predictions as where the next price movement will be. So if you do have recommendations on other cryptos you'd like for us to look at to predict the prices, the price movements, just give us a shout, and we'll help you guys out. Until the next video, guys.